Hello, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the oxyntomodulin and GLP role for the regulation of appetite. So, how it can regulate the appetite, how to suppress the appetite and satiety creation after the food intake. Let's begin to understand. This is the pro-glucagon gene product yield two important satiety peptides like GLP-1 and oxyntomodulin, for short is the OXM. Let's understand about the whole story. Whenever the person will intake food, it will go into the digestive system through esophagus after the mastication, and the bolus will enter into the stomach, and in this way the small intestine and large intestine is involved for the further digestion, and in this way the bigger picture of the stomach we will understand now. Whenever we will intake food, it will enter into the esophagus in the form of bolus. This bolus is the partially digested carbohydrate through amylase enzyme. And in this way, here is the bolus will further digest in the stomach and the protein digestion basically. This is the pancreas are present beside the duodenum, and the small intestine contain duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. This is the small intestine. Let's understand about the islet of Langerhans in the pancreas for the endocrine secretion. This contains a lot of cells, beta, alpha, and delta cell. Beta and alpha cell is important, contain GLP-1 receptor and the glucagon like a peptide receptor, and in this way the basically blood circulatory system is involved for the endocrine secretion. This is the wall of the stomach, which contain a lot of cells. So the free fatty acid and carbohydrate are present in the form of bolus, and in this way the digestion will occur further for the further protein digestion, because the protein digestion will begin in the stomach first, then duodenum. This is the L cell, is the enteroendocrine cell, is responsible for the production of the oxyntomodulin and GLP-1. This is the parietal cell and chief cell. Chief cell is responsible for the production of the hydrochloric acid, and the parietal cell produce pepsinogen, inactive enzyme, will be cut through HCl, will convert into the pepsin, is the active enzyme with the low pH as much as possible is 2, and in this way the pepsin will occur, and this pepsin basically in the presence of the low pH due to the hydrochloric acid will digest the protein. This digestion of the protein is the dipeptide, tripeptide, as well as the oligopeptide will occur. After this touching the wall of the stomach, the L cell will produce the GLP-1 and OXM. GLP-1 and OXM will target the several tissue of the body for creation the satiety, feeling the fulfill due to the parasympathetic nervous system activation also, but we will not discuss about that. Just understand the how to decrease the appetite after the intake of food. First, it will be target to the brain. When brain target the reduced food intake, and that is why our brain will learn we should not eat more. So I should not eat more because the digestion is continue. This contains a receptor. This receptor is the GLP-1 receptor and the GCGR receptor. In this way, here is a lot of tissues like adipose tissue, muscle tissue, and hepatocytes, myocytes, and the adipocytes will target the contain receptor, the GLP-1 receptor, and the GCG receptor, CGC receptor. In this way, it will be bind, will change the physiology. In this way, it is like a glucagon like function. In this way, the gluconeogenesis and lipolysis will occur in the liver, and the glycogenolysis will occur in the muscle, and the adipose tissue will release free fatty acid. and the glucose will be increased in the blood circulatory system is the another way to feel satiety in the brain. So in this way, we should don't eat more food. Our brain will realize itself. And the GCG receptor and the GLP-1 receptor, CGC receptor, sorry, will bind with the oxyntomodulin and GLP-1 will release glucagon or insulin on the basis of requirement. For example, the requirement of glucagon so increase glucose level and when glucose will be decreased. Requirement of insulin when the lower glucose level will occur by this and when the glucose level will increase. So antagonistically work due to the GLP and oxyntomodulin is also the insulin sensitivity enhancement as a glucagon working properly, and in this way the improved type 2 diabetes as well as decrease obesity by regulation of appetite. Anyhow, let's understand about the some GLP-1 and oxyntomodulin agonists help to decrease obesity by inhibiting hunger. So in this way, when the OXM and GLP-1 agonist is used for the targeting of the GLP-1 receptor with the several tissue will bind, will uptake, will release of the glucose from the glycogen. In this way, the brain will inhibit the further desire of the appetite, and inhibit the appetites will lead to improve the diabetes mellitus type 2. And on the other hand, a lot of disease cure like arteriosclerosis and the arteriosclerosis or other type of disease. So in this way, I hope you make sense about the oxyntomodulin and GLP-1. Basically, both hormone is the enteroendocrine hormone released from the stomach or released from the GIT, and in this way it will target to the several tissue for normal metabolism. For example, when we will intake food, it will be released to feel satiety by the regulation of the glucose level in our blood. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. Bye.